the biggest environmental disaster since the BP oil spill, but not many people are talking about it. It's the methane leak that has caused over 1,000 families to be displaced. People complained of nosebleeds, headaches. Methane is a highly potent gas, and it's several times worse for the environment than carbon dioxide emissions. But it's just not something we're really talking about as much for some reason. Perhaps could it be that it's because we can't see it? Though we actually can see it with the help of infrared. All right, so normally that plume would not be visible, but it does show as a black plume in this video, and that's what's spouting out over this community, and they can't stop it apparently.
Yeah, it's been going on for several months now.
Since October.
And they just have no solution. They've been trying to pump liquids in to try to close the, cap it, and it's not happening.
They haven't been able to get this steady enough to be able to stop it, or at least stem it.
Being. And the closest that Southern California natural gas says they can turn off is sometime maybe in the end of February or March.
Which is terrible. Yeah. This is a massive emission problem. I think this is 25% of California's emissions from this one spot. Which brings up a problem that this is happening in many other places as well, specifically in Pasadena. There have been a lot of places spotted where methane gas is leaking out. But this in particular is a major problem for this community, and it won't be stopped anytime soon.
No. And looking at this is really bringing a lot of attention to just the overarching problem we have with how we handle methane, and especially here in California, the older pipes. A lot of these pipes that we're using to distribute methane in the West, in the Southwest, is that they're over 50 years old. There's leaks abundant with these pipes, like little things here and there, but it's causing up to like 5% per year just of these leaks alone.
And a lot of these tubes are 50 years old.
And and nothing's being done. And I think, and it's strange to me that this hasn't received larger coverage in the mainstream media. And I think this is, like you said, it could be because this is something that we can't see. Luckily, though, because they do add an additive to methane to create that rotten egg smell.
Normally, methane does not have a smell, but it has been treated so that we are able to tell where it is, because it's extremely dangerous to us.
It is.
And which has caused several people to be evacuated. 110,000 pounds per hour is coming out.
Oh my gosh.
That's a lot, and it won't be stopped anytime soon. Well, it can't be stopped anytime soon. So currently efforts are about drilled about 3,800 feet down. However, the well is more than 8,000 feet underground, so it's not there yet. And it seems like there's, as you said, a lot of problems with our infrastructure that, I mean, this could happen again. This could happen again and again.
And it probably would. I mean, I think it's going to take a lot of people. We need to start taking a serious look at how we handle natural gas, how we handle drilling, how, the whole issue of fracking. This is a larger issue at hand, and I think it's time, we took a look at our outdated infrastructure and, start putting not just safeguards in place, but new infrastructure in place, because we have the technology to make a safer and better environment. I'm not saying outlaw natural gas at all. I'm just saying we need better ways to transport it and contain
Well, fracking is a major component of this, which isn't really being talked about very much at all.
Yeah, fracking is I mean, it's causing, look in Oklahoma, look in Dallas, look in places where you normally don't have earthquakes, and you're having, when I was in Oklahoma City, there were more earthquakes in Oklahoma City over a weekend than I've ever experienced in the almost 2 years I've been in Los Angeles. And it's all due to these deep well drillings causing, air containers underground, essentially, that weren't there originally, and it's disrupting what's going on in our environment. And it's not to get too green on everyone, but
no, get green. But I mean, we also have benzene as a side product of this. There's a lot of issues with it.
It's a huge issue, and I mean, in the reality, to be very honest, we don't need methane. We are getting to a point where we can work on clean energy. We have so many renewable resources outside of gas, outside of methane, with what we're working in terms of batteries, solar power, wind power. This is something we can become far less reliant on, and we can move forward to a much better future. And the fact that we can't even stop this, it's been going on since October, and maybe March is going to be the soonest in which we can put a cap, a temporary fix
Yeah,
on this.
That's not the full extent. That is more of a stemming of the issue.
It's
the U.S. EPA has proposed a rule that would help meet our climate commitments by cutting gas methane pollution, but it would not cover existing facilities, including this.
There was the summit in France not too long ago after the attacks that they had, in which there was a global commitment, over 200 countries that were going to commit to reducing emissions as a whole, but America could not fully commit to this because of our bipartisanship, and because we as a nation, we said, well, you know, we'd like to adopt some of these policies, but we really can't because, you know, as a country, we can't say one way or another.
We can't agree.
Yeah, we can't agree.
We can't listen to these scientists.
Yeah, because we're too divided on where we are in politics to just agree on a simple environmental factor.
So in the meantime, nothing is really changing that much. Again, this issue cannot be stemmed for a while. We do have future legislation. Hopefully that will help affect this, but until there's some kind of agreeing that this is a major problem, like I said earlier, there are several methane leaks, specifically in Southern California, that are going on. And, you know, these are potential spots where this could happen again. Porter Ranch is by no means the end of the issue. So we would need to have legislation that could help control existing facilities, be able to curb the methane pollution standards that we have and our ways of controlling them. Until that happens, this could definitely pop up again. It is very likely given our infrastructure. Audience, what do you think about this issue that isn't being talked about enough, in my opinion? Let us know below in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more.